Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, or good night, depending on where and when you are watching from. Hopefully you're comfortable today. It's Temple Grower here for an unboxing video featuring, I'm really excited about this one. It's been in the works for a while, but the Migro ARAY 4, the full spectrum plus red, as well as the Migro UVB 310 fluorescent. So that's super exciting because yeah, I ran a little bit of an experiment which I allude to a bit more in the actual unboxing video further down, so keep watching and you'll find out a bit more for that, or about that. But yeah, these lights again are amazing. I've used them for a little bit now, probably longer than is normal before doing an unboxing video, but things have been hectic here, so bear with me on that. But yeah, all that said, the lights are beautiful, they work amazing, and I just want to give like a special thanks to Shane and everybody down there for all that that you guys do in terms of your videos, like the YouTube video. Like I can't express how helpful those are to the grow community, myself especially included. I watched every single one of them, and like I've learned so much about lighting. I've learned so much about what not to get and what to look for, because there's so much out there for lighting, especially the snake oil type stuff that you may or may not want to get into, and to be able to wade through that with some sort of semblance of knowledge is unbelievably helpful, and I definitely wouldn't be able to do it without your videos and all the effort that you guys put in. And I can probably speak for most of the grow community when I say that too. So thank you very much for all the effort and the videos and the reviews and the time you've put in, because it's immeasurably helpful to all of us, I can say that much. So yeah, hopefully this video is kind of on, well, it won't be on par with those, but it'll do a bit of justice to the lights. They're beautiful lights, and I, as Temple Grower, highly recommend them to anybody that wants a great set of lights from a great company and some great people. So without further ado, Migro ARAY 4 and the UVB 310.
Alrighty, everything's out of the box now, as you can see. Nice and organized and laid out. Beautiful. Let's have a closer look at everything here quick, and then I'll get on to actually putting it in the tent, which is kind of what I'm really excited about. So, start with the lights themselves. You can see, my hands are not that big, but they're not Donald Trump size small, so nice size lights. With the Samsung diodes, as I mentioned, the LM301Bs, and these have some far reds in them by the looks of them. Very nice. So 4 bars, 240 watts. These guys are to connect them together, so you can imagine kind of like that. I'm sure you've seen the pictures, but 1, 2, 3. Power supply, that's important. It's a Migro zone. I imagine they source it from a very reputable source, wherever these things happen to be made. It's made in China, I guess, this one, like most. But yeah, looks good. Our ratchet straps, pretty standard. Now, these guys are for hanging the lights. They don't actually have any hangers on the backs of the light panels themselves, as you can see. And they actually hang by the cable that you feed into this with a little S, and then hook your ratchet strap to that hole there. And they hang just like that. They're very light, so you don't need a lot of strength, and it's not going to damage them at all or anything like that. So very efficient, and I don't know, they look really good too once they're up. So, and then kind of the interesting main event, well, not really the main event, but the really good opener, I guess, equally as important is this, the UVB 310.
This is a new model they've come out with, and it's a, you know, it's a 2-foot tube, 60 centimeters, fluorescent tube, but it's UV. I don't have it plugged in right now, but if it were, it would be glowing purple, like UV does. And yeah, it's got the UVA, UVB. So the idea is it will increase the resin and terpene and cannabinoid production in a certain plant that I'm not going to mention because YouTube keeps banning my videos because of said plant. So hopefully this one doesn't get banned. Not banned, but flagged, whatever. So anyway, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that'll be really exciting. I'm very interested to see the results. But for now, I'm going to get this light up in the tent. And yeah, we'll I'll let you guys see how that looks when she's up. So I'm pretty excited to see it too. But yeah, talk in a bit. A few moments later, eh? Alrighty, and here she is, set up beautifully, hanging in the 2x4, aka 60 centimeter by 120 centimeter for you metric lovers, I guess most of the world. But yeah, what a light. It's like, you know, wall to wall to wall to wall coverage. There's only about 6 or so inches on either side. Well, actually, yeah, about 4 inches I'd say on either side of the light, in terms of the distance between the bar, the far bar, and the wall. So you're gonna get coverage, basically equal coverage throughout the entire tent. There's gonna be no dim spots or hot spots, which is amazing, because that's one of the things, even with the bar lights, the LEDs in the single bars across the length of the tent, you get most of the intensity right underneath the center of it, but not so much on the outsides. It dissipates pretty quickly with that inverse square law. So these are amazing. Just I mean, the design of them is beautiful. It's very, very elegant. There's not much to them, but they do a better job than pretty much any light that I've seen yet. They hang, like I say, or kind of mentioned before, with these little hangers up here. They work really well. The light itself, like I can lift it, you know, pretty easily like that. I'm not very strong, and I didn't have to use any of my strength there, so it's quite light. You're not going to use a lot of or have a lot of weight hanging on your crossbars across the top, which is good too. Some of those lights can be pretty heavy. But in the bottoms, yeah, I mean, the diode spread is great. The LM301Bs, like I mentioned before, with those Osram reds. Yeah, beautiful. Connecting bars, they kind of just fit in to this little crack here, and then you just you fit them at 90 degrees, and then you just fold them, and then they line up. As long as you line them up, they line up perfectly. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just phenomenally excited for this light. So big thanks again to the guys at Migro for this. The UVB, I should say, 310 light is going to go either on, like, right in between these two, and I'll have the two plants underneath, one under there, one under there, one under the UV, one not under the UV. So see how that goes. But for now, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the beauty of this light. It's very illuminating, pun intended, but it's great. I'm very excited and happy to be a part of the experiment. So stay tuned for that. The website for Migro is migrolight.com. Shane can answer any questions. He's like, I'm sure people have seen the YouTube videos. He's seen every light out there almost, and knows what's good, what's bad, what's needed, what's not. Oh, one actually important thing on that point that I didn't mention. You can't see any power supplies in here, right? Because the cable is long enough, unlike most quantum board type lights, that you can actually, I have it mounted, it's just sitting back here on a crate, Ideally, it'd be on, you know, not on a back of a bike, but somewhere more appropriate. But it's fine right here. I have my fan blowing on it, so it only gets up to about 25-30 degrees Celsius, which is great for a power supply. The instruction manual says they're okay for up to 60 Celsius, so the cooler the better, I think. It prolongs the electronics and whatnot inside, so that's great. I'm very happy with that because, yeah, having a power supply in the tent is kind of a pain in the butt because you have to usually have it mounted on the top of your lights, and that can cause increased heat issues and room issues. There's wires and crap everywhere, so yeah, this is a very elegant, I guess I said that, but it's a good word to describe. You know, there's nothing to it except light, basically, so super pumped. Yeah, stay tuned. migrolight.com, and I'm Temple Grower, and we'll see you again very soon. Thanks for checking it out.